Welcome to SwitchCorner, my name is Alex, and today we're going to be taking a look at Dragon Quest Treasures on the Nintendo Switch, and this one, it's a preview and a quick look at what I've seen so far in this new action RPG spin-off. So with that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily, and let's get started. If you are thinking about grabbing Dragon Quest Treasures, then consider using cornershop.gg for discounted eShop credits. You'll get 10% off at checkout using code CORNER, and that's instant delivery via email. Also, please be careful of scammers in the comments. Had a string of attacks the last few days. I will never ask for money, nor will I communicate outside of my direct email. I don't even have Telegram, it is not me. Story then, and here we take on the role of Erik and Mia. This is set pre-Dragon Quest XI. At this time we are orphans that were picked up by Vikings, and we now live and work aboard one of their longships. It's a simple concept here. We dream of finding a treasure and basically proving the Vikings, who often, doubt us, wrong. So yeah, we sneak out at night, pretty much frequently from the sounds of things, and search the surrounding islands. This particular night though, it's different. On creeping to the top deck, we discover two creatures are locked in a cage, a flying cat and pig. We free them, much to the disapproval of the Vikings, and proceed to follow them. They lead us to two magical looking daggers, one for Erik, one for Mia. Happy with this, haul, it's time to get going, but the next thing you know, a portal is opened and you are sucked in. You're transported to another world. On awakening, we find ourselves in a newer land. Our sword, it seems, has certain, let's say, special abilities, and this location, it's filled with pirates, some friendly who you will crew up with, others not so much, but there's a common theme. They have a whole lot of loot to find, and that's where the adventure begins after what is a quick hunt for Erik, who appears to be missing. Once we are quickly reunited though, our cat and pig companion, it seems they can talk, and they explain this place, it is Draconia, and they need our assistance in finding some rare loot. 7 items in fact, and they even seem to think we are the chosen ones. I like it so far. It's relatively light stuff, but I'm really liking this over-the-top cast of characters and worlds. Unlike mainline entries then, this is an action RPG, meaning real-time combat alongside the usual exploration and inventory management. This far though, I will say it seems quite simplified in many areas to provide something a little bit, more action-packed and streamlined. That's very much clear immediately as well from those opening 90 minutes that I have experienced. In this opening though, I've been in a battle, explored a dungeon, met 2 different pirate crews, escaped a Viking ship, went through a portal of some sort and reactivated a flying train that then connects this world of floating islands. Additionally, I've just been introduced to my home base location, which was once a train station, and this will house my crew as well as my loot. Controls then this far are simple, and no doubt this will expand as this adventure proceeds. To give you an idea of just how little I've seen in the 90 minutes, once you power up this magical train, the adventure truly begins with an intro cinematic and opening title screen. So far though, we can naturally move, we can crawl for low clearance, we can dodge roll, we can attack with our newfound sword, and we can use a slingshot for ranged maneuvers. We've also been introduced to the idea of different types of ammo. Think pellets for damage, others to befriend monsters, even a healing bullet, which will no doubt become essential in our party that maxes out at 4. These abilities as well are the same whether in combat or exploration. You see attacks, they will be useful to do things like smash up crates and find collectibles and resources. Battles are instantaneous as well, and no transition screen, and all enemies, they are viewable ahead of you. None of that old school kind of random battle setup. The party system is unique though. We'll be getting monsters to work with us. This is not, however, Pokemon where you go ahead and catch them. Rather, you beat them in battle, and if they take a liking to you, they will show up at a recruiting stand back at your home base. From here, you can choose whether they join or not. That will be following a fee of some sort, whether that's cash or food. In battle then, these monsters, they will act automatically, but I did notice that I can command their movement in exploration with a few presses of the D-pad. That said, I stumbled across that. It's not an introduced mechanic yet, so it may have quite a bit more depth than is initially apparent. The combat seems fun though this far, and it's not really proving, challenging yet, nor should it. Again, 90 minutes in. but it ticks all of the RPG boxes. Battles lead to leveling up, I have inventory for items and a number of stats attached to each character, such as at a basic level health and magic. The leveling then, this far, it seems to apply its impact automatically, and I've not seen an equipment style screen. That said, I still again have a long way to go, so no doubt there's a good chance it could be in here. It's also worth noting I'm seeing a skills page, resistance page with different elements, and then finally traits. My favourite thing so far though, the monsters. I really like this spin on them. You see, they actually assist you in more ways than just on that battlefield. It's actually in the loot hunting as well. That's because your magic sword, it works in conjunction with the monsters. If they sniff out loot, then our sword will actually give us a vision of the location that monster last saw. Our responsibility, match up that vision or image to a location in the immediate area. It's a unique system that I've really liked this far. Additionally then, each monster type they can actually support in a unique way. Some you can ride for quicker movement, others we can use to glide. So far I've got a slime and a cat pirate of sorts who propel us upwards to reach outer distance locations. Gameplay wise though, after this brief window with the opening of the game, I'm really looking forward to seeing where it's going to go. You know, where will the story take me? How will Draconia change? And how will my characters shift and, change as they level? Additionally, early in the game, it automatically switches between Erik and Mia for a basic switch-based puzzle. I'm curious to see if this becomes something the player has choice over and we can freely jump between the two characters. Graphically then, I like it so far. It's a decently sized number of locations. Not all of that many load screens either. It seems to be between the locations, not necessarily between, different rooms. No doubt as well they're masking this behind cutscenes, but it works really well. I've seen, as I said as well, a number of locations so quickly into the game. The Viking ship, a dungeon, a forest-like area, and now the train station base, which is in disarray. Out of all of them, it seems the only one I'll be returning to is the train station base. So I'm curious to see how many more locations it has up its sleeve. Animations for characters seem solid though. I really like the battles currently. The monsters are particularly exaggerated and the menus incredibly simple and clean. It's clear this game's aiming for something that will appeal to a wider audience no matter the age, but again, I'm quite excited to relax with something a little easier going. I have noticed the occasional bit of pop-in as well this far, and not the most detailed of graphics in locations, but there's been standouts already, like seeing this floating train at a station waiting for you. Audio then, and so far I can't really give you all of that much in this area. The music though has been to the usual high quality of the series, from the more relaxed fare to the upbeat. I particularly like the celebration music when you do find and dig up treasure. Voice acting is here, but it's mainly for the full cutscenes. Dialogue in world, they occasionally say a word or two, but rarely the full sentence. The game, it also packs in English as the preset, but you can find Japanese in the menus, as I know many will look for that. So that's just my quick breakdown, my initial impression of Dragon Quest Treasures. Is this one you're looking forward to though, and what do you think of this diversion from what would be a more traditional entry? Obviously it's not mainline for a reason, but I feel they've done some really exciting things with this license, and this could well be another one. I will be covering it with a full review sometime around launch, but I'm curious, is this one potentially a day one pickup for you, or an action RPG simply not for you? Let me know in the comments down below, and with that, hit subscribe, join us here for reviews and deals daily, and I'll see you all on the next video. Thanks everyone.